Hi everyone, this is Tom Gerrard here from the Art Career Academy again. Today I'm going to talk about setting up a canvas, stapling it to the wall so you can paint it, but also setting it up with the correct specs that a framer will expect you to be delivering a unstretched canvas to be stretched and framed. A lot of framers I've worked with have said that I set this up perfectly for them, so I'm going to run you through it to make sure that you are doing everything to the industry standard. I like to work on unstretched canvas quite often, and there's some certain tricks that make things a whole lot easier for you. So first, I'm going to staple it to the wall, and I'll show you how I go about doing this. What I would do is always start with a straight line. So I've got a spirit level here, and I'll get it straight. And I've already ruled a line here, but just imagine that my finger is a pencil and I'm ruling another line. And I always start with that, and there's a reason for starting with everything perfectly square. It just makes it easier to work with as you're going forward. So I've got an off-cut of canvas here. Now, one thing I've made sure with this is it's a square bit of canvas. It's not like a diamond or anything like that, because if you deliver an unsquare canvas to a framer, they don't know like what size it really is, and the cropping could be weird. It might not be perfectly straight the way you want it when it comes back, and it just creates a lot of issues. So always start with a very all the angles at 90 degrees on the corners. Okay, so as far as staples go, there's lots of different grades of staples. So this one's a bit of a heavy duty one, and this is really good for stretching a canvas, but I wouldn't recommend it for stapling it to the wall, because what it does is it makes it really tough to actually get the staples out again. And it can also create holes in the canvas, and it makes it awkward to stretch. So I've got more of a lightweight, more office style stapler that I use to staple the canvases to the wall. You can just pull the staples out easier, and you can readjust things if you want, and it's just a lot easier to work with. So I've got my perfectly straight line up here, and I'll hold the canvas up to it and make sure that it's bang on. And then I'll always start with 2 or 3 staples right in the middle. I'll put 3. And then from there, you just go straight down to the bottom and put 1 or 2 in there. Now, I know that is dead straight because of the line. And then we go straight out to the side. You can pop 1 in there, straight out to this side, pop another. As you can see, I start with my hand in the middle and I push it out to make sure that it's nice and flat. Now, what we want to do is work out each corner at a time instead of just doing it randomly. So we'll start at the top corner. You can pick any corner you want. And I'll pull it, once again, I'll push it out. I'll grab it, I'll give it a bit of a pull, but not too much. Put 1 in, and then do it the same here. And then you work your way out until you get to the corner. And then what we want to do is just repeat that process. So there we have it. This is all stapled nice and flat. It's really easy for me to work with. And the beauty of it is, if I need to put a horizontal or vertical line anywhere on this canvas, I can just use the spirit level and just choose the area I want to do it. And I don't have to rule it and measure it and all that. I know it's dead straight. It's perfect. And it's the same from the sides. Yeah, bang on. So, from here we want to get our crop marks up. Now, depending on how wide the stretcher bars are you're using, depends on how much canvas you need to be able to wrap around them. I'd recommend always giving 8 centimeters on each side. So, grab a ruler and a pencil or tape measure, whatever you want to use to measure, and you measure at 8 centimeters and put a little crop mark there. And 8 in again. We'll do this all the way around. What we've done is we've measured our crop marks here. So this is where the canvas is going to be wrapped around the bars. So anything outside of these crop marks, you're not going to see. So one thing you can do, which I do, just so to keep your head in the game a bit better, a bit more, when you're painting, is you can actually just rule this out. So just through doing that, now I know that this is my working area. So anything that falls outside of these lines is not going to be seen. They're going to be the sides of the canvas. Now, depending if you're going to frame your canvas or not, some people like to do detailed edges and show an unframed canvas, and that could really work. So it'll be the sides of the painting. And from here, another thing that the framers really like, if you measure from crop mark to crop mark, so we've got 63, you just write it on the edge. What we got here? 65. So then I'll write this on all edges.
Hey artist, it's Claire here from the Art Career Academy. If you've been creating for years and you know it's time to go all in on your art career, then Tom and I are here to support you. If you're ready to grow your visibility, build more consistent income, and step fully into life as a professional artist, that's exactly what we help with. Our signature program, Going Pro, is designed for artists who are ready to up-level. We support you with the clarity, confidence, and a solid plan to turn your creative practice into a thriving career, without the burnout or second-guessing every move. At the Art Career Academy, we're all about raising up the art community and showing what's possible when artists back themselves. So to get started, grab our free Creative Cashflow cheat sheet. It's packed with 20 tried and tested ways to make an income from your art. Head to artcareeracademy.com to download it now. Okay, let's get back to the episode.
So this is 63 by 65 centimeters. This way, if you deliver a canvas, or sometimes I get like 20 paintings framed at a time, especially if I've got an exhibition that's coming up. So this way they only need to unroll the canvas this much to know how big they need to, what they're working with. So they've got the measurements right there. They don't need to unroll the whole canvas and just to get to this measurement. It's all there, the info's there. It's easy for them to work with. And then from here on, you go for it and get painting. But so let's fast forward now and imagine that this painting is complete. It's very minimal, this painting. It's a panda bear in a blizzard. And now it's time to take it off the wall. Now when taking the canvas off the wall, there's lots of different tools you can use. So a lot of people like to use these things. I think they're good, but they're not really for me. I prefer to use a small flathead screwdriver and a pair of pliers. So what I do is I'll go around and just loosen all these staples. This is a reason why we've used lightweight staples, because they're easy to get out. But also, if you notice, I'm going out. If you work into the canvas, you can slip and scrape through it and damage the painting that you've just created. So it's always good to work to the outside, and you just loosen them. And once you've loosened them, you come in with your pliers and you just yank them all out. So I always finish at the top, otherwise it's all flopping down on you. Oh, come on, there we go. So then we have our finished painting of a polar bear in a blizzard. And I'd roll this around a tube and then take it to the framer. And all he'd have to do is just open up this one of the edges, and he knows exactly the size that he's working with. And he has 8 centimeters all the way around, so it's very easy for him to stretch it. He can get the canvas stretcher pliers and stretch it really well, and yeah, that's how you do it.